almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite
Hey, was there something you needed?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you with...
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Again? Seriously, man. Fine. Viral. Yeah. Whatever. Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The law...
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's just...
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope, and you went and pushed her. I
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy! Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south,
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a... Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm?
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
You don't care about evidence.
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about...
I won't be on your bulletin board.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You know.
Now that is intriguing. You had me at door gunner.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
Actually, there are a few. Crypto analyst, radio officer.
Yeah, like you have one. Smart ass. We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works?
Understood? You've listened in on their communications.
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, G?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday. Yeah? Why do you do that?
Six crumbling petals rest on your palm.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Mabel's or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers.
This flower is a spring flower, but it's a bit early for that.
A big political and military conflict. Ask around or buy a book. The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army. So it's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery. Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel dry and fresh. Rene, that old man in the uniform. Maybe you should show it to him when you get the chance. The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with push, command set, and the tape stop.
This isn't Revachon. This is a fucking village. I cannot.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still. One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his? A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
Where did they get this record?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via...
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway.
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor. Which he wore. Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed...
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example...
Actually, officer, I didn't know his...
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think, municipality.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent.
No love for Muta Oranje? Wasn't he a soldier?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was by no means a stupid man.
A flash of rage comes over you. The words have already left your mouth.
Had he passed that test, we wouldn't have gotten along. Come to think of it, I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too. He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, we even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport.
This is clearly sports for him. Something like archery or dart.
That's too pinball for me. I just like to get autopsies right on the first try. Where were we?
He's lying.
Blue. Light blue. They were like... Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can.
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
No. Okay, sure. Here you go. What else are we missing, officer?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
Quite a lot, yes. It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks. How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature.
Is this Oranese lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Oranese lit. A moment's respite. Dark and he's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and all. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, and so it goes. Star after star, port after port. Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you with...
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Semenine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Change of topic, perhaps?
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all record, below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity. How old are you? That's where this is going. Thought you could ask either one of them.
Huh. How?
She's buying time to form. Look who's finally awake.
I don't know. As old as time itself? Ageless? 50,000 years old?
You're not.
Sure he is. You know, ages.
Yes, but for him that number is...
Wait. This requires scientific to the laboratorium. This window is pristine on the inside.
Looks like it, yes.
Smooth as ice. There are following your lead. This medicine cabinet is stocked with
Hey, was there something you needed? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need...
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? And
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens, jaw sets, ready for another blow.
that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in...
That fucker, what you caught him off balance. Push and he would give way.
Locker room talk. What are you fucking... What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No.
Seems like they wanted to give Klausir a second chance to play it.
Right. All fucking righty then.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visit.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect.
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
I asked for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grand.
But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to her.
Oh no. He's definitely compromised too. It's his huge...
Fantastic. So now, you remember how to do your job.
Yeah, guys.
Why?
Uh,
Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Handled him? She got into some stupid shit.
Yes, yes. We heard all about it. And the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. Who could? It's getting harder and harder to perform one's part.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you. Next time you see her, tell her that lying scam. Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the...
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some...
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers, you know?
100 beers? Now we're talking.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man sitting on a cross. He spent his youth in Villa Labo, and then the emblem in the far corner. Standard working boot on his neck. Let's call this one size 41. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size for awful smell. His feet stink from all the way over. In conclusion, exactly.
The fuck is with you, fella? It's you again. What is it?
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. But you know someone who might. Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. All. Just remember, it's about more than Klausir. It's about these men and Martinez.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the Wild North.
It wasn't that. It wasn't.
That's it. That's the weak one.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Firearm, a Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cop.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler?
I left it home. I can't get it.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted...
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Evrard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions. He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death.
Another nod.
Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural. There's another girl. Two of them.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed, and it looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the...
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking...
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement.
Tibbs. That's short for...
Yeah. Good.
Bet their father's name, Atticus Hardy. Lucretia Hardy would be their sister. Anyway.
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. Yeah, she wouldn't. She's fucked if she... They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your...
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking...
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or...
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Clausia. Maybe the shot missed.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I were...
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It's...
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to. Me too.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go, Klasia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a...
We'll take that into account.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57? Yes. I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical...
The lieutenant leans in to listen.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S-K-O-R-T... He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and this is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the East Brand Military Academy, then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of it else. It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
None, officer. Sorry.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their
No problem, Lieutenant.
A name. This is very good. Ellis Cortona.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? Just a sec. Sylvie Malay.
Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? No? Not me. What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about... No one calls the police. The Union would get... You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which... I don't know what to tell you, officer. Okay.
You hear the cord breaking up on the...
Anything else I can help you with after 50 seconds?
In the cabin, you see... The lieutenant's door.
always good to see you. I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and...
I didn't lie. Not a lot.
'Tis true. The lady hath tried to have... Come on. She lied through her teeth.
It was a mistake. I'm sorry.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then, no, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your... Shush, I can't hear what she's saying.
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into. You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, a grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the Ora, the Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old...
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. I have people after me. And they have friends in the moral intern. Some are moral and they will kill me, officer. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with...
Fucked? People after her? More actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
I did. I also had a side job selling insurance that I was really... After that, I sort of, transitioned out of the whole culture scene. It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. The job was Lou's-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're...
Laws cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the...
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me. Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people too, not just C-suite. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. We were there. Together. In bed, okay? He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his...
A great pain moves through her.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream. Then run. I waited for the second shot to come. For me.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
I'm not lying to you.
You may sometimes be bad at reading her, but she throws it away and immediately
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head. No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the... Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me.
Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom.
They tampered with the body to disguise the cause of death.
Yes. Ruby said the blood in him...
This is concurrent with your doubts at the autopsy about the coloring being. She's silent, just looks at her cigarette.
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it... It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So, I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble? What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said,
it is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Clausia.
When he was shot? I may have. I don't...
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
What? Why would I put myself through this? He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that.
It could have been a desire murder. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor. I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it?
She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the bullet in his head.
Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep.
I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. It didn't always work. I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I did not kill him to defend myself from rape.
True, sire. 'Tis true. She simply shakes her head.
Like what? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to, so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have any... I just don't know. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from Looskop. They don't fuck things like this up. Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. Oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer, and it makes you sweat.
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. She nods, silently. She doesn't. You're not done. She's a flight risk, and she lied to you. Wake up, man.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this. Yes. Start at the... See?
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was...
That is the emergencies desk. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she...
I can give you the time, too. It was late. After midnight. 12:20. I know I have not been 100% truthful with you. What?
Her hand trembles. She's only pretending she didn't hear you say.
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it. No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. A fake passport and visa, given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name. I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just along west of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. It's useless. You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past the Bergen sewage pipe, right near the It's Katarzyna Elysium.
It's a Grad name. Jimsk or Yugo-Grad in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil. It also makes Clausia almost an alacronym for Katarzyna Elysium.
It was a sentimental thing. I wanted to be more me here.
A nickname. Who gave you this?
A teenage boy. 1,000,000 years ago. My parents were Zhimsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Oranese. All I remember is Oranje. Alasia is my father's name.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Yes, they can, for lying. She nods, her back straight, ready for... She slowly lights another cigarette. You are. This is not the end of this.
I was just lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. She slowly lights another cigarette and
Yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer. Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
She's a glib girl, but she liked the wording.
There was the usual ruckus. Loud. I can't say. Probably not. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them.
Oh, that? Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7.
Then, doesn't life get hard because we go on?
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, a slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it. That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar. Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. A window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped. And furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you... There was. I think you screamed that you... I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. No problem, sir. I was just thinking, what an...
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it.